Hey everybody, and welcome back to another figure review. And I am excited, very excited, very excited. Today we have the Mezco 112 Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Green Ranger. And before we get into this, I just want to say, Mezco, you guys are kind of bad for what you all did. You took this, delayed it, revealed the whole other core team, like all the other Rangers, and decided, all right, remember the Green Ranger we showed first? Yeah, we're going to keep that for our little convention coming up. This figure got technically a soft release at San Diego Comic-Con of this year, 2023. People who were there at the convention were able to pick this up and buy it right then and there. People who have pre-ordered this back whenever pre-orders first went up have to wait 6 to 8 weeks before they can get their hands on this. I am not one of those people that have to wait 6 to 8 weeks, thankfully. But I'm also not one of the lucky people that got to go to San Diego Comic-Con. I actually got this figure off of Toy Arena. They actually had some in stock. Yes, it was more pricey than what the normal price is, but I really wanted this figure, did not want to miss out, and did not feel like joining a wait list for Mezco directly. So, yeah, that's how we have this now. But I still feel like the people who pre-ordered this when it first announced, they should have had first dibs on it. Not, hey, you guys have to wait 2 months till the convention's over before we start shipping these out. Like that sucks. Honestly, that's really shitty. With that being said and out the way, this thing is amazing. I love it, and as you can see behind him, a litany of accessories. So let's get into this. But before I do, here's your box, the front, the side, it falls. Hey, look, the top. The back, which I really like that box art. Side again. The bottom, in case anybody wants to see for some reason. And yeah, now that that's done and we got the BS out the way, let's get into the actual goods. I'm going to move him out the way. I'm going straight into the accessories. I will get to him in a second. I'm going straight to the accessories because, good lord. Okay, first off, as you can see, he comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you count the fist on him that come in package, 6 pairs of hands. We got dynamic hands for all your Power Ranger posing. We have the dragon flute hands, or dragon flute. We have the dragon dagger hands. I will not be showing it off in this review because this is a pain to get set up properly. Just know that it works. It's just a pain. We have another set of dynamic hands for, getting all your martial art poses in. You can mimic what's on the box, actually. Let's bring that up. Don't mind my nails. Alright. And for some reason, we have 2 sets of weapon holding hands. But I'm pretty sure one set is meant for holding the swords and the dagger, and the other set is meant for holding the mega heater. Speaking of which, look at this thing. Let's move the hands out the way now that that's done. This looks cool. Looks exactly how it did in the show. And I can't believe that they really gave this man, the basics of his accessories is we're going to give him everything he's ever had, even if it was just a one-off thing, which this was. He literally only used this once. We never seen it again from him. Same thing with the Sword of Power. We only seen him get this once, never seen it again. I don't mind. It's cool. Thank you for it, but I would have been fine with just the Dragon Dagger and everything else. Power Blaster. So he gets this in, again, one episode. It's temporary. It's after his Dragon Dagger is stolen. He doesn't even use it. It's just on his holster. And if you guys go back and watch the episode during the live footage, you can see this fall out of the holster after he's done with a fight sequence. It's actually pretty funny. They actually got this to transform, and I think that's pretty neat. Just like the 3-0, just not as detailed. This is a small mix between like Lightning Collection and 3-0. You get details, but some details are still missing. As you can see, it doesn't say Zoo Ranger or Power Ranger on the side, anything like that. And the blade is not here. The blade is actually a separate attachable and detachable piece. This scares me because how thin that peg is, but there you go. Blade blaster form. Or blade form, not blade blaster. Holster form. Blaster form. And my copy is like just slightly crooked. I have no idea if you guys can see it, but mine's slightly off. I guess that's what happens when you get it early, right? And it does fit in the holster very securely at that. Like that's not going anywhere. Holster does go in his waist. I'll show that off in a sec. Want to point out the Dragon Dagger. This thing is beautifully detailed, but it's actually rather small. And for comparison, because I'm gonna show that later, I have the Lightning Collection Green Ranger Dragon Dagger here. Less detail, but this dagger is a lot bigger. You see that? I'm not sure why they made it so small, but it's still incredibly detailed. Let's bring that up. Still incredibly detailed. I just don't know why it's so small. Anywho, he does have a holster for the Dragon Dagger. Obviously, you've seen it on him, but that is detachable. And it does open. It's kind of a pain to get open and close, hence the nails. But, yeah. Comes with a Dragon Coin display stand. This looks amazing. You can't pop this out to put the clear rod in for holding, or leave that in there for the foot peg. Clear rod. All your bendy joints. Your clasp. So really strong grip too. And then we have blaster effects for both the Mega Heater and the Blade Blaster. We have a small Blade Blast effect, which mine came slightly warped. I have to unwarp this. And it plugs in like so. This one plugs in no problem. There you go. Let's ta-da. Pew pew. There we go. Let's pull that out. The tiny pegs really worry me. I'm probably never really going to use these effects. This is the secondary one. I believe this is the one that I have that doesn't fit either my Mega Heater or my Blade Blaster because the peg is actually a little too fat. I'm going to shave that down to get that to fit in there. But yeah, the medium one doesn't fit that well. And then we have the large one. Plugs in no problem. But pulling it back out, again, scares me because it's really stiff. Mega Heater, just so, you know, for the sake of the review, it's in there shown that this can do this as well. There you go. Boom. Alright. We do get a Sword of Darkness. Beautifully made. Has a wash in it. Well, I wouldn't say a wash, but they did paint the accents in there. It's really nice. Really nice. Reminds me of the 3-0. We have a bendy wire here for the end tassel. So you can get this, you know, into different positions that you want. Really nice. Nice touch. And good scale. You'll see what I mean when I get to the comparison with this and the Lightning Collection. We do get 3 effects for the Dragon Dagger. We have a beam blade effect. And it just slots over the Dragon Dagger like so. And then we have 2 lightning effects. We have a short lightning, which I honestly believe the short lightning looks way cooler than the large lightning. I really dig that. That's freaking awesome. Large lightning. Let's see if we can slip this on. There we go. So these are going to be really good for any photos you guys want to do. It comes out really well. And last but not least, of his accessories, we get an unmasked Tommy Oliver head sculpt. You can see JDF and you can't really see JDF. You know, it's there and not there at the same time. I also don't know what's going on with this because his head sculpt is smiling, but if you guys go and look like the renders right now for the core team, none of them are smiling. Everyone has a frown or just a stern face. So this is going to be really awkward having all of them unhelmeted and he's the only one smiling. Maybe it's the cockiness from, you know, knowing he can kick everyone's ass. I don't know. It is a really nice head sculpt, though. And before you ask, no, it does not fit on a Lightning Collection body. And if it did, it would look ridiculous. It's way too big. With that out of the way, let's get over to the main thing, the Green Ranger figure. Also, like I said, Dragon Dagger pouch does come off. The Dragon Dagger can't fit inside. I'm not going to latch it over because it's a pain to open, but you can open and close it. It gets the job done. Alright, actually, I'll leave that off for right now. So, I want to point out that I believe these are heavily based on the American, our Power Rangers, our MMPR. Not like how 3-0 kind of based theirs off of the original Sentai of Zyuranger. I believe these are based for us. And they list in the details of the costume. For one, just pop that off. The helmet actually have the outside clasp on them. And this is a America thing. Also, this helmet is beautifully made. Like, look at that detail. Pinstripe. Oh, it's great. And for comparison, I'll just pop this one off. Don't mind this one as much because I customized it. This is the Lightning Collection, the original first Green Ranger release. The one that had the silvers, the Fighting Spirit one. That's the name of it. You know, I took some acetone, got rid of the silver and all that good stuff. Tried to make my own Green Ranger before realizing they were going to make, you know, a standard-based Green Ranger. But, whatever. And also, you can see the size difference between the two. But, man, it looks great. I'm going to put this back on this real quick, and then we'll get back to the Mezco Green. Alright, that's done. Let's pop this back on. No, let's not pop that back on your body yet. I'm going to do this right now, so it's out the way, said and done. And the shield and armbands are removable. It tells you that in the instructions that they're removable. No, Green Ranger, you know, the effects, holster, removable chest armor says gently do it. So we're going to do that real quick. If it's in your hands, your left side, his right side, there's a peg in here, right here. This is the only side that can do this. Do not try to take it from the other side. You will break it. But that peg comes out. And then you just pull it behind and then slip it over. Pull that up and pull that down. And there we go. Armbands, they can come off. All you have to do is pop off the wrist, like so. There we go. Another wrist, the forearm. And armbands come off. Okay, cool. All set with that. See how I have this in hand right now. Let me get back to why I said I believe these are heavily inspired for ours. The cuffs and the boots are why I believe it's inspired for ours. They actually have the detail on the back of these for where the zipper would be. And where it's split, where it would close up. Same thing for the boots, which are, you know, nicely detailed. They have the correct seams in the front. And look at the back. Got the zippers. I think that's neat, and I haven't seen any other figure do this. Not even a 3-0 have these on them. This is amazing. I love this. And everybody points out the stitching. Yeah, the stitching in the back does look kind of, But hey, are you really going to be looking at the back of this that often? I don't think so. And yes, he does have his diamond underneath, so if you want to, you know, create that whole scene with him and Zack power transfer whenever Zack comes out, you can. This indentation in his suit is from the shield, which is really odd, but you're never really going to see that, right? Belt's done really well. You can, of course, there's nothing on it saying, you know, Power Ranger or anything like that, but the color is correct. I'm happy about that. Alright, so while the shield's off, he can get more than this. I just don't feel like pushing it right now. See? He can get somewhat more than that. But that's about as high as it can go, but seeing how the shield sits straight across, that's all you really need it for. Can go back that far, can come forward this far. There is no butterfly joint, and if there is, mine doesn't work, but hey, he does have bicep swivel. You can twist the forearm. He does have a hinged wrist with a swivel. Diaphragm cut, so he can get all the motion he needs to at the upper. He does have a waist cut to turn. It's just stiff, or, you know, that's as far as it can go. It does work, though. He can crunch forward that far. Back. Pretty well. You can see it for yourself. It goes back that far. He can look up extremely high. His neck is basically broken at this point. And Looks down very well. So far, so good, right? We do get splits. Don't really have to worry about the spandex. It seems to be holding, but this goes really well. Look at that. We do have a boot cut, obviously, and then, you know, we can tilt his foot side to side. Has a rocker. Hinge. He can hinge down that far. Hinge up, kind of minimal. Let's put those together. You can see the difference. You see, not that far up. Oh yeah, double jointed knee. He can kick his own ass. Thigh swivel. And he can kick back that far, because that's just hard plastic. It's not going anywhere. That's as far back as he can kick. But he can kick that far forward. You can definitely get him in some good poses. So let's get a quick one going here. Just, there you go. Something real quick and simple. This figure is amazing. It's like I have a mini 3-0. Let's get his shield back on. Which is, oh, let me show you guys the inside. So that's where the peg goes. That side, this is the only side that's loose. This is glued. These are glued. So don't pull from any of these. Only pull gently from the front while you can. Please don't break your shield. Otherwise, you have to get a replacement, and that's never fun. Unless you get the core set for the other Rangers, which will come with 2 shields. Obviously, one's for Zach and one is for Jason. But if you, for some reason, broke your Green Ranger one, you can always just, you know, put the extra one on back on Tommy. We're going to get this back in here. There we go. That's secured. Pull that power band back up. The power bands on the inside, when you do take them off, do have directions on them saying which side is which and which direction they go, of, you know, up or down. And there we go. Oh, this figure's great. It really is. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to the rest of the team. I'm just not looking forward to that $400 price tag. And oh yeah, I thought I was going to show this off. So this will go on his right side, as it was in the show. And it just slips behind. Like that. There you go. You can put the blade blaster in there. And you're all set. Looks pretty good. So let's get this out of his hand now. And let's get that out of the way. We don't really need to put anything else back on him because, you know, we're basically at the end here. This thing is amazing. I love it. Gonna get into some size comparisons. So, let me move his accessories back a little bit more. Okay. Move him back some. First things first, let's get this out the way. Grab the Lightning Collection Green Ranger. Do not mind mine. I know it looks weird from the other Lightning Collection Green Rangers. As I said, this was the Fighting Spirit one, and I just modified it to be a regular green. And you know it's the Fighting Spirit one because the diamond's under there. And Sword of Darkness. Oh, that's what I wanted to show. The fact that about the size comparisons. The Dragon Daggers, you've seen how Mezco's Dragon Dagger was smaller than a Lightning Collection Dragon Dagger. But when you grab the Swords of Darkness... What happened here? Obviously, this one looks a lot better, but what happened here? This size is correct in it being bigger, but the Sword of Darkness for Mezco is smaller than not Sword of Darkness. The Dragon Dagger for Mezco is smaller than Dragon Dagger for Lightning Collection. How does that happen? Very confused. But, anyway, yeah, that's a thing. So, if you wanted to, you could potentially just swap his Dragon Dagger with his Dragon Dagger for photos or just for scale. But yeah, let's get you standing up, or try to. I've had this figure in a tote for so long, it doesn't remember how to stand. Okay, and we have Mezco. Let's try this again. We have Mezco next to the Lightning Collection Green Ranger. Stand up, please, and okay, there we go. Good enough. I don't care if you're looking down. We got it. And then here's Goldar, which has also been custom painted. So in this scale, and there goes the camera. In this scaling, Tommy's the exact same height as Goldar. So if you wanted to do one of those scenes to where they were gigantic and monster size, you could. Because if I remember correctly, Goldar is taller than all the Rangers. So the Lightning Collection Green is more in scale with Goldar than the Mezco one would be. But you can fudge it for photos, right? All right, cool. Let's get these out the way. Obviously, got to stand them next to a putty, and this is obviously a mismatch in size because we know that the Rangers and the putties are both equal height. But again, you can fudge it in your photos with angles, all those neat little tricks. We got our standard Marvel Legends here, and that size comparison is actually really nice. I like this because I feel like that would work. I feel like that does work. Overly large SH figure arts. I really should get Broly out so I can have just a gigantic, massive SH figure art figure. But hey, if you want Cooler to beat up the Green Ranger, there you go. And last but not least, because these are the only other Mezco figures that I have, like this Green Ranger is literally my third Mezco. The only other that I have, here we have Iron Fist. And Black Suit Spidey. And they're all generally around the same height, with Tommy being slightly, I think he's slightly taller than Iron Fist. From the camera angle, it doesn't look that way, but from my angle, it does. Anyway, I did try swapping Tommy's head with the different bodies. It looks weird. Don't do it. But let's see if this works. Just for the sake of, the video. There you go. You now have Iron Fist cosplaying as Green Ranger. And let's see if this fits. Why does that look good? Why does that look good? It's because of the yellow. I know it is. But hey, slightly too small, but you can fudge it. Anyway, that's about it for this review. I am excited for the rest of this line. It's just as excited as I was for 3-0. This is gonna be good. I can't wait for the other set to come out. Again, Mezco, I feel like that was shady that the people that pre-ordered this ahead of time have to wait so long. Meanwhile, people like me can just go to a random site and buy it. I mean, I'm not complaining that I have it, but I do think that the people that pre-ordered this ahead of time should have had first dibs. You guys, I mean, if you guys had copies to take to the convention, you guys could have sent out some early copies. I don't see why, but hey, I'm not in the marketing business. I don't know what Mezco does. I'm not paid by them to, do these things and figure those out. I'm just a random guy on YouTube recording videos of action figures that he likes. And these things are great. Like, I know I'm giving them shit for how they went about getting the stuff out, but I am not complaining about having this because this guy is amazing. Yeah, this guy is amazing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Do I do the thing and put the dagger in his hand for the... Yeah, no, I'm just babbling. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Gotta say some random catchphrase that makes this video end quickly. May the power protect you. Yeah, there we go. See, yeah.